Welcome to Midday this Wednesday. You've made it halfway through the week. I'm Kara Soul. We're going to have more on that story in just a moment, but we do want to talk about your weather forecast with meteorologist Mario Ruiz. And it's not as miserable as it was yesterday.
Yeah, not quite as miserable. Yesterday at this time, Kara, we were already approaching the upper 80s.
I believe it.
Yeah, we just barely hit 80 degrees here within the last few minutes. So it isn't feeling as warm, but it's still kind of muggy out there. And we're seeing a mix of sunshine and cloud cover. There it is. Yeah, look at downtown Dallas. You can see some blue sky, but you can also see some of those clouds. Temperature of 80 degrees, but it actually feels like 83 when you factor in the humidity. Our winds are calm. Our humidity is high, just like it was yesterday. And we're seeing some cloud cover more dense in eastern North Texas and in western North Texas. We'll see a mix of sunshine and cloud cover as the day goes on. Today, the temperature climbs to about 84 degrees around noon, 87 degrees around 2, and 90 degrees around 4. That'll be the high temperature today, which is not too far off from what's considered normal this time of the year. The heat index will be a factor today, and just like it is right now, it's going to feel about 4 to 5 degrees warmer than the actual temperature. The heat index will probably max out somewhere around 94, and that'll be around 4 in the afternoon. Something else that happens around that time is the potential for rain. Coverage today, very low, lower than yesterday, about 10% coverage, and that's just to account for a pop-up shower, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. Otherwise, most of us will stay rain-free. And because we're staying rain-free, a lot of locations get very close to that 90-degree mark. We'll talk a little bit more about how this rain is going to look on a timecast. We'll talk about our increasing rain coverage for tomorrow and even more so for Friday and this weekend. That's all coming up in a bit, but first to check if your roads. Erica Lopez is with us. How's it looking?
You know, Mario, we've got a couple of problems this midday for folks getting ready to head out the door through Rockwall County and Royse City. We are at a crawl out here. This is I-30 westbound and FM 2642. Again, making your way into Royse City right now. Up ahead, we are dealing with a wreck. The camera was up and then it dropped out. So I have no control over that from TxDOT, but what we can see here very clearly is the backups that are already forming because of this. So showing you what the big map looks like. This is the good news, that we're still seeing a lot of green out here. The majority of our main roadways and counties are moving nicely. However, this stretch not looking so pretty coming into Royse City. Again, this is the backup. Crashes right around FM 35. That's the TxDOT camera that went down. 66 going to be a fantastic detour option for you as you plan out your drive. The second thing that we're dealing with right now is a reported vehicle fire. This is 45 southbound in Alma. This is at 1183, FM 1183 this morning. So if you are making your way Ellis County toward Navarro County, you are going to be running into some serious delays. It does look like they're detouring everyone off at 1183 right now. So there is a brief closure of the interstate there. Taking you into Dallas County through Richardson, 75. I'll switch this camera over so you can see what we have going on there. But 75 and Beltline, we've got a little bit of construction on the southbound side. So we're seeing a little bit of stop and go as well. Kara, I'll send things over to you.
Thank you, Erica. A live look at the Dallas skyline this midday as the future of downtown tops today's City Council agenda after both the Mavs and Stars announced plans to leave the American Airlines Center. One team leaving the city altogether. Our Luke Clary is live at Dallas City Hall with the latest. Hi, Luke.
Good morning. Council is currently hearing a briefing on the upcoming FIFA World Cup, but I can tell you earlier today, Mayor Eric Johnson made his first public appearance since this series of blows to downtown Dallas. He used his time to ask that the audience maintain decorum. Council chambers packed with people here today, many of them wearing Save Dallas City Hall t-shirts in a sign of the way that all of these issues have swirled and become intertwined. The loss of Dallas sports teams and anchor businesses from the downtown core igniting some anger during public comments. Some speakers put the blame on Dallas city leaders. Take a listen.
The Arlington Cowboys, the Valley View Mavs, the Plano Stars, Neiman Marcus gone, Fox 4 News gone, AT&T gone, almost all on the watch of the people sitting before us today. What a painful and embarrassing week for this city.
Dallas City Council also hearing a briefing today on the cost to repair this building, City Hall, at a cost ranging between several $100 million to $1.5 billion over the next 20 years of occupancy. Now, there have been some prominent voices here in the city who have used the sticker shock of those numbers as a reason to recommend demolishing this building and potentially make way for a sports arena. But with both the Mavs and the Stars now moving out of the downtown core, that's all apparently off the table. And one city council member told me that now what he called a more honest conversation can begin on the merits of City Hall as City Hall. That conversation continues today. Live from City Hall, I'm Luke Clary.
Thank you, Luke. And now to the Frisco track meet stabbing trial, where a teen is accused in the death of another Frisco ISD student. Jury selection resumed this morning. Chris Sadeghi reports from the Collin County Courthouse.
They started with 600, but only 250 were asked to return today. And now the state and defense asking them further questions as they try to hammer down on 12 people they think can form a fair and impartial jury. Carmelo Anthony is in the courtroom with his lawyers today. Both defense and prosecution will be given an hour and 45 minutes each to question the remaining 250 people in the jury pool. And today's questioning can be more focused, more individualized than the questionnaire the entire jury pool received Monday. During the first portion of the state's examination, they asked individual jurors about what they'd seen or heard about this case and if they felt it would affect their ability to be a fair juror. The goal is to have 12 jurors and 6 alternates seated by the end of the day, so opening statements can begin tomorrow. In this case, Carmelo Anthony is charged with the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf at a Frisco track meet last year, and it's a case that's been the subject of much media coverage and online discussion. The prosecution began their examination by saying there are 12 people who will take an oath and render a verdict based on law and the evidence heard in the courtroom. The questions the two sides ask the jury pool could also give us an idea into their strategy for the trial. We do have reporters and legal experts inside, and they will be updating us on all the developments as they happen. I'm Chris Sadeghi, now back to you.
We've covered some of these in our After the Hearing streaming show. You can join us on WFA Plus for our streaming special every night at 8 p.m. when court in session is over for the day for expert analysis on what is playing out inside the courtroom. Again, it is free to download to your TV. This morning, crews continue to investigate a carbon monoxide leak at a nursing home in Terrell. We took you to the facility near Highway 80 as this story was breaking last night on WFA News at 10. First responders evaluated everyone in the building to make sure they were okay. Less than 5 people were taken to the hospital. Staff members reached out to the families of those residents. Tomorrow marks 1 week since a deadly explosion at the Clyde Apartments in Dallas, and we continue to learn more about the residents who were impacted, with another vigil for the victims set for tonight. Natalie Haddad tells us more.
It remains quiet and closed off here where the Clyde Apartments once stood in Oak Cliff. The rubble still behind me, the crime scene tape still up, crews just arriving on scene to continue cleanup and investigation efforts. But tonight, people will gather at this site to honor the lives lost here and support those forever changed by the explosion. It's going to be a silent vigil. It is being organized by Mission Oak Cliff, an organization assisting victims, along with community leaders. It begins at 7:30 tonight at the corner of North Patton Avenue and East 9th Street. While city and local organizations continue helping the displaced residents find temporary housing, many of those residents tell WFAA they are still processing what happened and they are uncertain about what comes next. One of those people, Jose Lopez, he lived at the Clyde Apartments and survived the explosion. He suffered injuries to his head, shoulder, and legs and was taken to the hospital for treatment. Jose recalled his experience to WFAA.
I can't be good. I'm still in shock of what happened. I heard a really loud bang, and all of a sudden the walls started falling on me. Everything fell.
As investigators continue to try to determine what exactly caused the explosion here at the Clyde Apartments, lawsuits have already been filed. They have been filed against the property owners of the Clyde Apartments, the group that was looking to purchase the property here where Clyde Apartments once stood, and against Barba Drilling. That is a drilling company based out of Addison. They were working here on site the day of the explosion. More lawsuits are expected. In Oak Cliff, I'm Natalie Haddad.